Have y'all noticed in the black community that they take away all our legends? And before we lose a legend, they never let them die in peace. You know, Whitney Houston, with the beautiful voice that she had, wrongs and all, she was a drug addict. This is how she was portrayed. You know, you had to ask yourself, why they do this to all our legends? You take Dr. Sebi, for example. Prolific black man, prolific brother, healing the nation, changing our lives and showing us another way of life that will be more productive to the upliftment of us as a people and not just individual. Look how they did Dr. Sebi. They take him out the game and then they put dirt on his name. Look at Michael Jackson. Very talented young brother. They turn him white and then call him a sex offender. I mean, who knows if these things are true? But the point is, they do their best, the powers that be, to destroy our legends, to destroy the legacy of prominent black leaders, actors, and musicians, and detour us from becoming even a version that was as good as them, or even a version that could have even been better. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, man? Nipsey Hussle, for example. Let's speak on Nip. Prolific. He had it tatted on his face. It was real. Prolific. Look what he brought to our community. He brought $1 million mind states to the black community. Think rich, grow rich was, to me, that was Nipsey's motto. You think rich, you shall grow rich. You see what I'm saying? Dedication. Looking fear in the eyes. Not taking failure for an answer. Failure is not an answer. We should not accept failure. We must thrive. We must push and be the best versions of ourselves. Nipsey pushed that black businessmanship. Not selling out. Not taking the cake. You see what I'm saying? Then they take the brother, which to me will seem, it looks like an assassination. Malcolm X style. And I'll be speaking on Malcolm X next. We got to speak on Malcolm because he was one of the greats, one of the legends. Let's look how they never gave him a Malcolm X Day. Come on now. He didn't sell out. They didn't give him a Malcolm X Day. They didn't give him a day. So we got to represent for Malcolm X. We have to create for Malcolm X. When his birthday come through, we got to represent Malcolm X Day. We have to do it as a people. We must celebrate. The brother was a genius. The brother was a prime example of a rose that grew from concrete. Then you take Nipsey Hussle. Same with the Malcolm X thing. They take him out and then make it seem like it was a brother in the black community who took him out. Come on, man. So that's another derogatory mind state that is implanted in the subconscious mind about our people being great, us being great. Don't go to your neighborhood and be a pillar in the community and change lives and bring opportunity because you're going to get killed by one of your own kind. Come on now, they did the same thing with Malcolm X. Malcolm X, through the paperwork, you can go do your research, he was murdered militia style. It was actually what you would call COINTELPRO, COINTELPRO, however you want to pronounce that. COINTELPRO, COINTELPRO, you know exactly what I'm talking about. These are elite marksmen, basically elite hitmen. See what I'm saying? Malcolm X was not killed by two brothers, like they made it seem as though these two brothers walked up, they emptied the gunshots on them. Get your hand out of my pocket, nigga. That didn't happen, man. The brothers in that shooting that they used for the case actually had blank bullets in their gun, and Malcolm X was assassinated by 3 sniper bullets to the chest cavity. You see what I'm saying? Knocked him off. Years later, his family puts this information out. They figured this information out. You can go check out Dick Gregory, another one of the brothers who I would say Dick Gregory looked it pretty healthy to me for him to be passing. But these are our greats. Look at Bill Cosby, for example. What about Bill? Bill was just a prolific brother. You know, he did things. He was a billionaire. Bill was a billionaire. And instead of letting him gradually take his retirement out of the game, being a supreme character, a great character for us to look up to as within the black community, as a pillar to the community. It's all about visualization. They want to desecrate the visualization of the greats within the black community so that we won't try to take our game to the next level and be great ourselves. And we got to be paying attention to this. Look what they did to R. Kelly. Who knows if what he did was true, but why attack him now out of all this time? I mean, flaws and all, Kelly made great music. He is a musical pioneer. Aside from all the propaganda, which we know where propaganda comes from, propaganda is used to manipulate the masses, okay? His music was great. Now, look at us. We got to stop doing this in the black community. Soon they say something bad about one of us, we quick to side with we tend to side with the media. And we know who runs the media. Come on now, y'all. Not saying that Kelly is innocent, but why attack him now out of all times? Because we know what's truly going on. They're taking our greats and they're demolishing the character, the visualization of the greats. Now, back to Malcolm X. I'm jumping all over the place, but I just really want to touch bases on that. Peep game, how he was killed through a sniper rifle, 3 gunshots to his body. Everything else on him, he didn't have a mark on his body. But they took 2 black brothers and made it seem as though they were behind the assassination. And these brothers were later incarcerated. So they killed 2 birds with 1 stone, and at the same time they made it seem as though we killing our own people. And then they turned around and incorporated the Honorable Elijah Muhammad with partaking in his death. To even further, that's 3 birds with 1 stone, to even further the demolition of yet another prolific brother, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. May peace be unto the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. We've seen the same thing with the brother Dr. Malachi Z. York. Built pyramids, brought forth a hidden language, brought forth information within the Tamaran or Kemetic sciences that were foreign to our people. We were never exposed to the higher relics of ancient Egyptology or Kemetic science, let alone our own language. And yet, the system has incorporated this brother of felonious charges to do none but damage the personification of another black brother. And the conscious community so frivolously feeds into that misindoctrination. I mean, common sense would tell you a brother as prolific as Dr. York, of course there is powers that be that would not like to see a brother of that stature in that seat of kingmanship for his people. So he must be demonized, or his character must be demolitioned, just like they did the land. And how many people don't even know Malachi Z. York is like one of the most known unknowns, because I meet so many people, they never knew that pyramids existed in Georgia, and they were built by brothers and sisters of our caliber through the higher sciences of the Dr. Malachi Z. York. You see what I'm saying? Everybody talk the talk, but do they walk the walk? How many of our teachers have built a community? How many, other than the late great Marcus Garvey, how many other of our teachers have built a community, pyramids, and resurrected Egypt in the Western world? Taught us true culture. You see what I'm saying? We gotta watch out for the culture vultures, because they take our information, they put a flip on it, and then they act like they made it and they created it and they put it out. You see what I'm saying? See, health is wealth, and a healthy investment is a wealthy investment. So invest in your spiritual and mental growth. Research the greats, because they're taking all our greats away from us. Keep your eyes open. It's 2020. Let your vision be clear this year and continuing on into the future. We must use our own minds, because if we are not in control of our mind, who is? You see what I'm saying? And like I say, man, I'm just giving y'all something to think upon, something to ponder upon. Peace and love be unto the greats. Peace and love be unto the ones who built bridges in which they seek to tear and burn down. Let's represent for the greats. Let's represent for the ones who paved the road for us to be here where we are today. And watch out for the ones who you hear nothing about. Brothers and sisters in the game who you hear no slander upon, because a lot of us have sold our soul for the jelly roll. You know what I'm saying? I hate to put it out there like that, but truth is truth. May peace and love be unto each and every one of you, and may peace and love be unto the greats. Let's represent. I'm representing for all the spiritual gangsters. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot to put yourself in the forefront, to be a beacon of information and light and upliftment to your people. It takes a lot. It is a great deed to put yourself in the forefront and of a war, a spiritual war. It takes a lot. It takes a brave one. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people scared to drop their signs because they're afraid what may happen. You see what I'm saying? But fear is false evidence appearing real. One should not live life through fear, because the greats are protected. We are armored. We must put on our garb of armor and spiritual protection. You see what I'm saying? Because essentially we are against a force to be reckoned with. You see what I'm saying? And it's all about us becoming the greatest version of ourselves and taking our game to the next level. So follow the greats and don't be afraid to take your game to the next level, however it may be. Don't be afraid to think and use your mind. You could be the next creator of a Microsoft program. You could be the next creator of a new gaming system. You can be the next creator of a new motor, or you could be the next creator of the next solar powered electrical system, the next car that runs off of water. You see what I'm saying? So follow the greats and be great. You see what I'm saying? You are what you eat. So intake things of great stature. Be mindful of the ones who have been trodden, who have laid the pavement for us. Peace and love be unto the elders. Peace and love be unto our spiritual ancestors of great ingenuity and true revelation and guidance and upliftment and inspiration and motivation. Peace be unto you all. Our ancestors walk with us. They are with us in every way, shape, and form. All we have to do is call upon, give the respect that is due, and carry the torch, because it's lit, baby. We lit. Peace and love.